So welcome everybody to tonight's training. Tonight it's going to be literally about how to do your first blog, how to get yourself up and running. And Lesley is actually going to do the majority of this evening's training. So I will hand over to Lesley.
Okay guys, we're just going to basically talk you through how to do a blog post for your Empower Network blog. The first thing you want to do, obviously, once you find your way around, you want to post a blog about why you joined Empower Network. If you're stuck for any ideas, there's your first idea. Why did you join Empower Network? Was it to promote another business that you may already be involved in? Was it to blog about things in general that you like, and just to share your enthusiasm about those topics with others? Was it to learn more about marketing so that you can do more affiliate marketing of other products online? Or was it maybe just to become an online marketer? And obviously with the Empower Network having the products that you can sell on, it gives you a ready-made product to get up and running with. So think about, why was it you joined Empower Network, and share that in your first blog post. Okay, now Empower Network does have a habit of logging you out if it sees you as not changing between screens and various things for some time. So what can happen is that you can log in, type up a blog post, and if you've taken too long, if you get called away, you get distracted by a phone call or whatever might happen, you decide to go off and make yourself a cup of tea, whatever happens, when you come back, you might find that when you press publish, it logs you out and you've lost absolutely everything. So what I'm going to talk you through is the process that I follow, whereby you want to type up your blog post first in an offline package, something like Notepad or Microsoft Word or whatever word processing package you might be using on your PC, and then simply to copy that into Empower and then format it accordingly. Okay, so let's try and get this to screen share.
The other thing is as well, I suppose on that point, Lesley, is if you do the initial write-up in a Word document and save it, then you always have a backup, don't you, if anything should ever go wrong.
That's right, exactly. If Empower was to ever be shut down for technical or business reasons, then yes, obviously what you want is some form of backup to be able to recreate your blog elsewhere. So yeah, that's another reason for doing it this way, definitely.
Okay, I can see your screen now. Okay.
Brilliant. Okay, well, here's my topic for today. I thought as we were talking about it, I might as well do a blog post about it. And this is simply the daily blogging process. So as you can see, I personally use Microsoft Word, and all I've simply done is typed up the content for my post into this document. Okay. Now, there are a few things that you want to take into account when you're doing your blog post. So if I now just switch across and go into my Empower Network blogging system, okay, which you get into via empowernetwork.com/login. You'll see at the top here these blue buttons, and this is how you create your blog posts. Now you'll see that these end three are audio, image, and video. Now these are great if you're using the mobile phone app and uploading your blog posts from your phone, but there are some restrictions. If I just click on the audio, you'll see what it immediately does is it gives me a field to put my blog post title. It gives me a blue button to enable me to add my audio, and then it gives me my description field below with this area here which I'm going to refer to as the formatting toolbar. Okay, now the great thing about this is it's very quick. It places your audio at the top. It's the same if you click on image, you just simply get an add image button But again, you've still got the same area to put your text into. And similarly with video, you get add video. Now what this is simply doing is creating a blog post with your title, with your audio, image or video at the top, and then just with the text below. Now the only restriction here is that you can't insert any images into the description field. Now that means if you want a call to action, or you're like me, you like to add images throughout your blog posts, you can't do that under these three options. The one that gives you the most flexibility is the text blog post. Okay, now you may or may not have noticed what changes when I click onto the text button is it added this field onto the end here. And on the formatting toolbar, you'll see this image type mountain landscape type button, okay, which when you hover over it says add media. And that is what's going to enable you to add images or other videos or other audios throughout your post. But again, if I go back to audio, you'll see that button has gone. If I click on image, it's not there. If I click on video, again, it's not there. So you can only therefore do the one insertion at the top of your blog post. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is just quickly run you through a text one. So going back to my Word document, I'm first of all going to take my title. Now don't worry about keyword research, we'll cover that possibly in future weeks. Just for now, worry about getting content out there. Okay, don't worry about it being, you know, search engine optimized or keyword research optimized. Just get the content out there. Pick something to talk about and just post about it. So I'm now going to take the rest of my text and just copy that from Word into the description. Now it does say it was not possible to clean up the pasted data due to an internal error. I get that every time. I'm not sure if everybody else does. Do you get that at all, Rachel, when you copy and paste in from another package?
I haven't had it, to be honest, but I would imagine that if you did it from a notepad, then you wouldn't get that, because I know sometimes when I've done things previously, or I've been watching other people who are probably far more qualified than I am, they've suggested that if you actually type something up in a notepad, then that actually takes out all the formatting, whereas a Word document keeps the formatting. So if you're using the notepad, it basically strips it out of everything, so that might actually get away with doing, or you might get away with not having that little thing flashed up. I haven't seen that with the ones that I've done, but don't know why. Maybe that's because I do them in Notepad, perhaps.
Yeah, it's true. If I do them from Notepad, then yes, I don't get that error. It is only from Word, so I just wondered if it was just me that got it, but maybe that is a general thing then.
Possibly.
Okay. So yeah, don't worry about that. Basically, all that's indicating is that it's not being able to take across the Word formatting, but that's fine because I didn't really do that much formatting anyway. So what I've first of all got at the top here is my heading. Now, what you do want to do is, you don't need to do any research, as I say, but just choose a title and make sure your keyword that you choose is in there. So my keyword is daily blogging process. So every heading that I have in my document has that keyword phrase in it. Okay, but I don't know whether it's a good keyword or a bad keyword, because like I say, I've not done any keyword research. Don't worry about that at this stage. So there's my title, sorry, my heading. So the first thing I'm going to do is just make that in the heading format. Okay, and then I'm going to come down and find the next heading that I've put in, and I actually just define mine with equal signs. Not quite sure where I got that from, but I think I saw somebody do that, so I'm just going to make that my heading 2, and then I'm going to come down a bit further and there's my heading 3. Okay, why am I doing a heading 1, 2 and 3. Again, this is all part of what is called on-page SEO. But like I say, don't worry about SEO too much at this stage. Just try and get into a habit from day one of picking yourself a keyword of your choice, put that keyword into your title and have it in heading 1, 2 and 3 throughout your document. Okay? Now, in addition to that, what you want is your keyword to also appear in the bold text format. So there's daily blogging process. So I'm just going to go into, sorry, up to here where it says B for bold, okay, and click on that to make that bold. I'm going to come down the document further and I will find that I've also put that again and put it in the italics format. Okay, so that's bold, one instance in bold, one instant in italic, and then at the bottom of my document I've got it appearing again, and this time I'm going to underline it. Okay, so that's just some habits to get into from day one. Choose yourself a keyword. Don't worry whether it's good, bad or indifferent. Put that keyword in your blog post title. Put it into a heading 1 line within your post. Put it within a heading line 2 and a heading line 3. And also have it appear throughout your document, once in bold, once in italic, and once in underline. Okay.
Lesley,
so,
do you
yes?
always have one of the keywords in the final paragraph?
Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to say. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm jumping the gun. And it doesn't matter which way around you do them. You can do the first one in italics, the second one in bold, the third one in underscore. It doesn't matter. They've just got to have one in each of those different styles.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, the other thing, so your habit is heading 1, so your keyword in your title, heading 1, 2 and 3, and throughout your document, once in bold, once in italic and once in underline. And as Rachel quite rightly says, in whatever order you choose to make it appear, that's totally up to you. But also have it in your first sentence, hence the use of heading 1. Okay, so you'll see that my keyword phrase appears within the first sentence of my blog post, and also have it appear, oops, in the last sentence. Okay, so that's just basically how to copy and paste your text in, how to format it very simply, and now what I'm going to do is just show you how you can insert a video. Now you'll see here in my Word document, I just pasted in the URL for a YouTube video that I'd found. But that won't appear as a video. What I need to do is click on this Add Media. And it brings up the option here to embed, okay, a video URL. So I'm just going to click on video here in the middle where I'm circling my cursor, and I'm going to come back down into the box and paste in the YouTube URL, and then I'm going to click Add Media, and you'll see straight away that where I previously had the URL, it now has a video. Okay, that will now allow that video to play within my blog post. What I'm also going to do is just insert an image. So again, within my Word document, I indicated that I wanted to insert an image and the URL to which that image is going to redirect people. So I'm just going to now click on Add Media again. But this time I want to include an image. Now what you can do here is upload it from your computer. You can use a URL of someone's image that may already be stored online. Or if you've already uploaded a load of images, you can simply browse your gallery. Okay, now I know it's an image that I've previously uploaded, so all I'm going to do is scroll down my gallery and find the one that I want to use. I thought I'd uploaded it, but as you can see, there are sometimes a few issues that are still being ironed out within the blogging platform. So what I'm going to do is just use this image here for now. So I'm just going to click on it, which shows with the tick that that is the one that I have selected. I'm now going to come down the screen and click on Add Media, and you can see straight away that it's put that image into my document. But what I now need to do is click on that image once to select it, and click on the formatting toolbar on this link button. Okay, looks like a chain, yeah? So I'm going to click on that, which now enables me to put a clickable link behind that image. So if somebody clicks on that image, this is where they'll be taken to. And I can put a title, okay, come join us for your daily blogging process. Okay, again, I've got my keyword phrase in that title. Okay, and I'm going to say when someone clicks on it, don't take away their eyeballs from my blog. Open it within a new tab or window within their browser so that they can then still come back to my blog post afterwards. Click OK, and that's now set. Okay, so that's now showing you the formatting of a blog post, inserting a video and inserting an image. So I'm now going to say I want to put it on my public blog. And you can set up additional blogs within Empower Network, but we'll cover that another time. So on this occasion, I'm just going to put it to my normal Empower Network blog, which may be the only one that you have currently showing on your list. The category I'm going to put under Empower Network. Again, that I think is the default that most people will have, but you can add additional categories, and this is simply so that people can search to see the meaning of some of the things that you've got going on within your blog. So I'm just going to select blogging as well because it's about blogging. Okay, the post that I'm doing, and then I'm going to come down to my meta title tag. Now this is what will show on a search results page. So if somebody were to type into Google what is a daily blogging process, the search results that come up, you'll well, if I just go and do one, let's see what comes up. So daily, oh, would help if I go to Google first. Daily blogging process. You'll see that these are the articles, okay, or these are the findings of the search that Google has done looking for that keyword phrase that I've just keyed in, daily blogging process. Okay, so you'll see that you've got these headings in blue, or whatever colour they might appear on your screen, underlined. Now I believe, and please jump in if I'm wrong, Rachel, but I believe that that is what will show what you've put in the meta title tag.
Yeah, that's correct.
Thank you. So you want to make sure that your blog post title is in your meta title tag, okay? But also you can insert extra things, because as you can see to the right here, that you have a maximum of 60 characters. So just going back to the search results, you'll see that some of these are actually quite lengthy. Okay, so what I tend to do is leave a space and then put what's called a pipe. Now I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's on your keyboard to the left hand side next to your shift key. Okay, you press shift and then press the next key in, which is the pipe, on the same button as my backward slash, which is that one. Okay, so then I leave another space, and then I might put my user ID. Okay, or you can put other keyword phrases in there. So I'm just going to leave it as basic as that at the moment. Again, don't worry too much about these. We can always go into these at a later stage. But that's what you always want to make sure, that your keyword phrase is in the meta title tag. Wouldn't want to say that when I've had a few to drink, but then again, I might get it right. Now, what Empower Network does is it also offers you some meta keyword tags. Maximum of 8 keywords that can be used, separated by commas. And again, this is what Google, Yahoo, Bing, all the search engines will use in order to place you within its search results. Okay, so again, what I tend to do is I take the blog title and put that in there. Okay, I will also put blogging, just so that it comes up under a much wider search, rather than just people searching for daily blogging process. People might type in, you know, what's blogging about, so blogging is a keyword. Blog post formatting, okay, because somebody might put in the question, you know, how do I do blog post formatting? And again, I always put my Empower username and my full name, just so that if anybody does a search on me, then hopefully my blog posts will come up in the search results as well. So I hope that makes some sense. The meta description is what appears in the area underneath the search result titles. Okay, so this area here in grey, this text here is picked up from this area here. Now again, you'll see that Empower Network automatically takes the first part of your post and puts that in to the meta description. You can have a maximum of 160 characters. Okay, you can change that around, but I'm not going to play with that just for the purposes of time. But you know, you can put into there any description that you want to appear within the search engine result space. Once you have that, you simply click publish. You keep your fingers crossed. If you have missed something, it will prompt you, because it will take you back and say this field is required, etc. So it's no problem. Okay, but there you go. You can see it's now published my daily blogging process. Now once it's published, you can see you have 2 options to the right hand side here, edit and delete. So edit means that you can put in the basics, save it, and now if I want to go back in and perhaps realign some text, add in some more formatting, maybe, you know, making these bold, you know, adding a few more images in, a few more links in, then you can go back and do that later on. The main thing is get your content in there, get it saved, and then go back and edit it afterwards if you're not happy with it. Okay.
That was a very clear and precise demonstration of what to do. Thank you very much. Now that looked like it was a reasonably lengthy blog that you've obviously written there, but sometimes people might not have the time to sit down and write their own blog, which, if that is the case, then you can actually go, and there's nothing wrong with going and using somebody else's, maybe an article from the newspaper that you've come across, or what were we talking about the other day, Lesley? There was all sorts of things, wasn't there? Even something you've seen on Facebook, you could use it as the basis of the background for your blog, And all you really need to do is copy and paste that into that section that Lesley's just gone through with you. Make it look nice and neat. Perhaps put a paragraph at the top in your own words, a paragraph at the bottom in your own words, and if it is somebody else's article that you've used, you need to link back to their full article, or give, well, reference to their name at the very least, but you're probably better off putting in a link, then they won't get upset about it. Now, there is a pretty good demonstration of this from somebody else who's actually in Empower, and I did get the link out. He seems to spend most of his time just pinching other people's copy and doing his blogs around it, which is a very, very quick way of, well, getting plenty of content out there, especially if you're new and you're not really too sure what you want to write about, because you can spend a bit of time perhaps formatting it rather than hours procrastinating about what you should write about. So it's worth going and having a look at, is that.
Just one thing I forgot to mention, if I just go back into editing, obviously you can get more involved in this as you progress. This is what I'm doing, is just step by step, implementing one bit, learning about the next, and just moving on stage by stage. But you'll see that there's obviously a lot of other formatting that you can do, you know, with the blog post that you insert. So obviously I've covered bold, italic and underline. You can also strike through text, and then you've got all the other buttons to left align it, right align it, centralize it, etc. You can put links out to other web pages. You can change the coloring of your text. You can put coloring around your text. You can change your font style, your font size. Okay, there's a lot of things that you can play around with, but again, guys, be careful you don't procrastinate through the thought of not knowing just how much to do. Just start with the basics, get the content out there, and just start to make it better content post by post by post. But if I just come down my activity feed, you'll see something that I posted earlier. You've got blog post text styles. Okay, this end one here on the formatting toolbar says styles. Okay, what on earth are all these about? Well, at least that's what I asked myself earlier. So just to show you here, here's a blog post with the text styles in it. Okay, so all I did was typed in the text style heading and then formatted it using its own style. So you'll see you've got italics, you've got a special container, so you can actually make part of the text within your blog post appear within a shaded area, which is sometimes useful if you're putting a quote. Okay, you can put a yellow background on something, you can put a green background on something if you're trying to draw people's attention to it. You can make your writing look like it's come from a typewriter. Okay, so you can see that there's various styles that you can play around with. So if I just go back up to the blog post that I'm editing here, I could select, let's just see. And I will just give a quick shout out to Mark Walsh. Actually, it was a blog post of his that inspired this one. So just obviously giving the shout out where it's due. But if I just select this paragraph here and go into special container, you can see straight away that it's put that into a shaded area. So like I say, if you have a quote within your blog post, you could put it in a shaded area just to make it stand out. Okay, so if I now just come down to the bottom, leave everything as previously set and click update, you can now see my blog post has been enhanced by that style of special container. So there's lots of things you can do with your blog post once you get stuck in, but for now, hopefully that will show the basics just to get blog posts out there to start helping you create content to draw your audience to you. Okay, back over to you, Rachel.
No, that's brilliant, and that certainly that little container, that box, is ideal. As you just say, if you are going to take somebody else's, or quote somebody else's, not pinch their information. And that link that I've just posted in there will show you exactly how to use that kind of facility, or how best to use it. So thank you very much for that, Lesley. That was really, really good, really clear.